What's going on, everybody? It's me. It's Rocky, the comic book frog, once again for another Resident Alien review, episode 5, Lovebird. I'm flying solo because that's what I have to do as your local amphibian. I fly solo without the majestic need of Puppetein because he decided to sit this one out again. Feels like I might be hitting another home run with this, but we'll find out. And I guess gonna say this will be a little longer episode because I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth in this, and hopefully it doesn't go too long, but we'll find out. Anyway, this episode starts off with it's kind of crazy seeing as they always do. It starts off with a man's in waders, looks like he's a fisherman standing out on the edge of a lake, starts walking the lake. Then we see in his hand he's got something silver, and it turns out it's Harry's silver metal ball, which he had season 2 that was stolen by Sahar and Max that he never recovered. And this alien, obviously a hybrid, is trying to use it to stir the water up, but it turns out he can't use it because, well, it's only tuned to Harry's DNA. He starts sweating, and then he starts turning the water, and he finally explodes. After that, basically, well, guess who's back? Hybrid Joseph. Joseph emerges in the shadows, picking up Harry and Zarian ball out of the water, which is floating. Then two Greys appear here standing behind him. They tell Joseph to find Harry because he's the only one who controls the alien ball, and they need his DNA. And then as we see a giant, or basically a massive, huge, spaceship hovering above the Earth's atmosphere. All right, and then we get this awesome flying scene.
Look like ants. You look so stupid on your legs with no wings on the dumb ground.
Our life is better than yours in every way.
Attraction is simple physics. All objects with mass are drawn to each other till they meet, and there is a release.
Yeah, that was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's just a taste of the humor that's in this show. It is just awesome. It's family friendly for everybody. All right, so we get basically a monologue, going on for about a good 5 minutes of Harry and Heather having romantic bliss. They go through New York, you just saw where she poops on the statue, and then the basically ends up back at his cabin. They're sitting down at the table, which is on the screen now, which they use for the thumbnail. He pulls a bowl of live worms. They start feeding each other worms. And don't worry, when they show the worms going in their mouths, they're not wiggling. They're not alive. They're gummy worms, obviously. But what you start seeing is he eats a worm, and then she goes over, and we get this nice, adorable Lady the Tramp moment, with them, and then they kiss. Meanwhile, over at the diner, because Harry's been gone, apparently we learned for like 4 or 5 days, she can't find him. She basically goes to her dad, asking him. And she's got, her dad basically says, you know what, I'm kind of glad I don't see him, because my pies have not been going stealing them, because hinting at Harry steals his pies all the time. All right, of course, while they're talking, Asta, she's Jay's stepmother or foster mother, say, sitting at the table, and basically goes to confront her about, hey, Jay came and asked to stay with me. I didn't want to say anything because you're her mother, basically. And they have a nice little talk, and she says, I'd rather have her spending time with you than being somewhere else where she's not safe. Be a good time for them. Of course, So then, basically, after this, we get to basically go back to the clinic, where Asta confronts Harry, and Harry's all lovey-dovey, singing off tune stuff. He even makes a pass at one of the other nurses, the one that's really usually mean, the cold, and basically, yeah. Harry says, I just been out with her, and then so basically, Asta says, hey, Mike can live her up to something, and basically they're going to discover that you were in the van with Peter Bach, the alien tracker. And he's like, no. He's like, don't worry. I used 40 restaurant wet wipes to basically clean it. And yeah. So then we followed up. He's like, you don't know the van is like why? He's like, oh, he makes a joke about, well, we kind of had sex with AC because him and Heather have been having sex everywhere, including the back Van's car. And he says that's where we didn't use the 40 wipes. Could have used some wipes there. It's kind of gross. basically then he basically forces Asta or heavily suggested that they basically bring over Heather and go over to and have and go to the girls' apartments and basically have a dinner date, get together. All right, and then because we get tuned over to where the police department, basically where we see Big Black and Sheriff, the Sheriff Big Black and Liv, who are talking to each other and going over the journal. They found a formula in there. Harry happened to stop over because Asta wanted to figure out what they know about him, or investigation. He goes to there and he notices going to the journal, and he notices right away that it's a formula for one of the Greys things they use. And he basically tells them that, hey, this formula, it's just for an ice cream cone. Yep. All right. So then basically during later on we have basically Asta and what's her name have dinner with Harry and Heather, and they find out that basically it's something that means that Heather basically knows everything that's going on. Basically that they don't. And Harry says, and Heather said, they don't lie to each other. They tell about secrets. That's why they have such a long-lasting relationship. And also, it's also let's slip that basically that that Ben's has been adopted multiple times by Heather, and kind of D'Arcy and Asta kind of freaked out about this. And also they also hear basically that that. At the end of this, basically, Harry's going to go to because the portal's fixed now. Harry's going to leave with Heather, and just basically, he doesn't care about them, And so basically, the girls form a plan to break up Harry and Heather as much as as fast as they can to save the Earth. All right. So then, basically, we go over to. Hold on for a second. My arm's getting tired. This is so much hard for being a puppet. Holding my arm up. Yes, behind the scenes humor. All right. Yeah, so where was I at the dinner party? Yes. So then Heather and Basie and is kind of freaked out because when she walked in there, she saw that D'Arcy was cooking a chicken, and but Harry's like, "Don't worry, I brought my own dinner." He brought bird seed. He pulls it out, throws it on the ground. You start seeing Heather start pecking up like a bird. And then Heather and Harry start making out at the dinner table and just really making weird noise. And I gotta say, the actress who plays Heather is really awesome. She has very good natural chemistry with Alan Tudyk's character. And it is just awesome to watch. I laughed so loud at that part. I recommend you go watch this whole entire episode after you're done listening to me, or if you've already watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. All right, and basically, at least in Asta's D'Arcy bathroom, basically Heather and Harry are making out and have sex. Then later on, D'Arcy has a dream about Ben chasing Ben through the woods when they're kids, and sees him get abducted by the Greys, and she basically a core memory has been unlocked for her. So. Anyway, meanwhile, we see Mike was talking to Liv. Someone basically put alien stuff all over Liv's car to deter her, and she kind of feels kind of like embarrassed and stuff because she's the alien stuff, and she kind of feels bad for getting the alien tracker involved. And Liv's with his dad, so she's kind of done with aliens. She doesn't really talk about it as much. So then, Mike runs into Lena, his ex, and she tells him, "Hey, I've been keeping tabs on what that person, that Beverly, and she got murdered. You're in some deep shit, and let's let you know." She basically wants to check on him because she felt kind of worried about him, and it gets a little awkward, So Harry, having earlier learned the formula about this, when it came the formula he got from the journal, he memorized it. Goes over to basically the secret little facility base is in Montana. And basically, where he breaks into there, the hangar there, goes to the gray ship, goes under it with the panel, and gets the fluid out because he's going to use that to experiment because he thinks he has an idea of what's going on. But then we see later on that same time over at the 59, the bar that D'Arcy owns, Kate's actually talking to Liv, the deputy. Kate being who actually is Ben's wife, the mayor's wife. And they're talking about an alien documentary, and kind of the aliens gets brought up because Liv's kind of famous a little bit. And basically, and the whole document, because she saw the whole documentary, and she wants to know, hey, kind of hypothetically, how would you know if you're abducted? And then Liv kind of basically reveals that it's theorized that the frequent owl spottings are usually caused by false memories implanted by the aliens. Unexplained bruisings and microchips under the skin are also telltale signs. And Liv being kind of excited because someone actually wants to talk to aliens, even though she was kind of down before. She says, "Hey, I have an alien support group. You want to come?" And Kate kind of says no. And then because we get Harry as he's coming out with the fluid he got from the Gray's alien ship, he's confronted by McAllister at the base, and she says, "Okay, you can't walk around, do what you want. There's protocol." And Harry reveals that he's going to use this fluid to build a bomb. That you can use to hurt the Greys. When in reality, he doesn't give a shit. He's just going to leave and go off the ever because he's a teenager in love. Anyway, we go over to basically while McAllister and the Hamilton and Alan Tudyk's character Harry are talking through the glass window, we see that Terry O'Quinn is strapped in a chair. He's got some like Universal Soldier goggle over his eye. Got the little like red and blue kind of device attached to his chest. David Logan, who is the actor they brought back last episode, who used to work for McAllister, is now part of the cybernetic research. He's fishing with the device on Peter Bach's head, and he comments that that even though that Bach is brain dead, he hopes they know that his whatever his eye see will translate onto the screen in front, because they know that the alien tracker can see aliens, or at least they think, theorizing. And okay, so suddenly Harry's human's disguise falls away on the TV screen, and David is shocked and kind of glad that his device worked. All right. Later on, we go to the back of the bar. We see now though that it's Asta and D'Arcy are kind of talking to Heather about girl stuff, and says and they basically broach the idea subject basically saying, you need to break things off with Harry and stuff. You guys are gonna rush it too fast. You don't really know anything about him. Oh, and of course they don't realize that Harry has actually been there the whole time. Eavesdropping, shows up and basically confronts the parents, scolding him, and then for them trying to turn Heather against him. And Harry insults Asta and D'Arcy, claiming that they'll never understand love because his love for Heather because they'll always be alone. All right, then we go over to what was it? Max. Max needs a science project, and for the science fair, and he doesn't know what to do. His dad was trying to building one. The mom tells him, "No, you're not going to build one, Ben, for him. He's going to do his own." He goes over to the cabin and steals Harry's Caldera model. Basically, the guys are Yellowstone, and he also takes the compound. After Harry had caught him sneaking in there, he's kicked out by Heather, who's out, and they're both in their alien forms because Max can see them, and she kind of kicks him out. But after they have sex, and Harry comes back and see that they basically stole the model. And Harry basically goes to the school and he's pissed off. Oh man, is he pissed? He goes in there, and talks to Kate and says she's like, "Hey Harry," he's like, "Oh, do you see Max Frank?" He's like, "Yeah, he stole it from me." And of course, and she's like, "Oh, kind of knew it." And she tells Ben. Ben kind of figured it out too. Harry sees that Max is about to pour the chemical there. He has no idea what the compound is even going to do. He's experimenting on it that he got from the Great Ship. And so basically quickly goes in the hallway, pulls the fire drill, causing everybody to flee. Harry walks into the room, sees a lot of gas everywhere. He's like, "Oh, what's their plan? To smoke the whole planet out?" And he grabs a gas mask, walks through there, and suddenly he sees all the furniture that was in the gymnasium floating. And he realizes basically that the Greys, their whole plan is after they destroy the humans, is basically to alter Earth's gravity so they can live there, so they can survive there. Because right now they currently can't. That's why they have created hybrids. And basically we see Big Mike who's walking on the sidewalk, and notices something is mighty volume, but he draws his gun, and no one ever shows up. So obviously he's being pursued, and I'm assuming it's because, he got too close as far as whoever killed Beverly is now going after him. It could be Joseph. We don't know that. All right. And we cut the Kate, who Ben's wife, the mayor's wife, who just got out of the shower and was looking around. She doesn't see anything on her body or neck and stuff. But then she's letting her air or brushing her hair out. She knows in the back of her head a bump. She takes a mirror and she noticed there's a chip under her neck. And she's freaking out. And then at the end, the very final scene, we see that Heather is being blackmailed. Well, basically, she pulled aside in the alleyway by our good old buddy, Joseph, and says, "Hey, you need to collect a DNA sample for Harry, and then you must leave Earth. Otherwise, the Greys, we know where your family is. Plan is we'll kill them and Harry." So Heather basically agrees to this, and she's kind of heartbroken. She has to do this, and it kind of ends right there, and it's kind of freaky. So yeah, kind of feel bad. Harry just found young love. Now he's going to lose it. Now heartbreak. He's going to know it's kind of cliche, but it's from my alien point of view. And yeah, looking forward to this. See what's going on with the Greys. There is about 3 more episodes, I believe, left, or at least maybe 4. I'm not sure. But then from watching an interview with the cast sneak preview, they're saying the director, the showrunner, saying that 6, 7, 8 are basically going to be really big as far as for the conclusion. So I'm assuming it's only going to be 8 episodes, but I'm really looking forward to this. And I hope that you guys had fun, and I hope I didn't talk too long and you get bored. Okay, guys? So with that being said, if you haven't already done so, please click like, subscribe, leave a comment, and go to Ko-Fi. Drop $1, and you can help us choose our next readings that we do on Fridays and on Saturdays and Sundays. So all you gotta do is drop $1. And also, if you noticed that, if you're watching this live, we actually have super chats now. If you want to you can donate money that way. And also, you're gonna get you eligibility to basically get a book, a reading of your choosing. Just let us know. It's be Marvel or DC between the 1960s and 1980s. With that being said, goodbye.